Hi guys, and welcome back to another fly fishing video. So it's the 1st of April, the chalk streams are opening up all over Wiltshire and Hampshire, and I'm on my way to the River Avon for opening day. So without further ado, let's get into it. Well, we've had an absolutely glorious March here in the south of England. The sunshine's been splitting the pavements, and up until about a week ago I was thinking, oh my god, I cannot wait for the 1st of April. There'll be hatches everywhere, it'll be absolutely fantastic. And then lo and behold, this week has been absolutely freezing. I was out with the dog yesterday and it actually started to snow. I couldn't believe it. But I'm not going to detract from the day. You know what they say, positive thinking. So I've got up really early this morning, driving through the beautiful county of Wiltshire, and the day looks stunning. Let's hope the fish play ball. Well, I've only set up one rod today, and what it is the new Hanak Superb RS 393. This is a 9'3" rod for a 3-weight. It's Hanak's new range of rods. Now, it's not mine. I've only borrowed it. I've got it for the season just to review the rod, which I will do at the end of the season and give you my thoughts on what I think of it. But I'm looking forward to trying it out today and see how I get on. While I'm waiting on the Kelly kettle cooling off, that hot drink was really welcome this morning. It is starting to warm up a little bit, and I'm hoping to get the beanie off soon and get a proper cap on. I'm just going to try in at this pool at the tail just to give myself a little start to the day. So just need to be careful in my back cast area, and it is a lovely little pool here, and I have had quite a lot of success in the past. Let's just try in at the tail, and then we'll see how we get on. I've got really good visibility of my dry fly. It's fairly big. It's what I call my Sighter sedge, so quite a bushy fly. I'll stick a little link up in the information bar so you can see how that's tied, but it's a great fly for duo. The duo rig's paid off, and I've had a nice little wild brownie come to my nymph. Only 4 or 5 casts and I'm over the moon. That's the season off to a start. Much better than when I was out with Terry. I went all day without a fish, so it's great to get that early fish. It just boosts your confidence that you're doing something right. Let's have a wee look at them. Well, the day's starting to warm up. It's around 10:30 now, and I'm hoping to see a few insects starting to drift down the river. There's nothing yet, but there's still a bit more time for the sun to get a little higher in the sky and warm up the conditions a bit for a hatch. I'm going to keep my eye on the river just in case a hatch comes on. You never know when it's going to happen. Usually about 12, between 12 and 2 I say is probably the best chance I'll have for some dry fly sport. But the duo's been productive, so I'm going to keep that rigged up, ready to go. The river's quite clear. I'll keep my eye out for any trout lurking in the margins.
My exes and me, we don't talk anymore. If we did, I think it would get pretty ugly. They made me believe love's an open door in the beginning, then they shut it pretty quickly. I thought we were good, at times even great, but apparently I was just one big mistake. My exes and me, we don't talk anymore. If we did, I think it would get pretty ugly. I'm just a victim and not the evil villain, so I'm sorry, not sorry that everyone that crosses my way is gonna feel the same pain that I felt. Love ain't what it seems, it's dark and cruel and mean. When you're with me, I'll show you mine.
I'm just trying to keep as much fly line off the water as possible so it doesn't affect the drift. The wind is horrific. It's caused me all kinds of problems. Well, the sun's pretty high in the sky now and it is actually starting to warm my face, which is most welcome, I can tell you. I still haven't seen any insects coming down the river. I've dipped in here and there to try the duo. Caught a little grayling, but it went straight back. And I'm still hopeful that I'm going to see a hatch today. Well, I'm fishing really small flies now and I finally got one. It's not the biggest fish in the world, but it's Guy Bonny. Well, I've walked the entire length of the beat. I haven't seen one fish rise and I haven't seen an insect come down the river. The wind's picked up at times and it's gusted quite badly, causing mayhem with my casting, and it doesn't take much to send that awry. I'm still hopeful though. The sun is peeking out every now and again and I'm just hoping a hatch will come. I know what you're thinking. Look at it, it's paradise, isn't it? But let me reassure you, there's been a downstream wind all day that it wouldn't be out of place in the Arctic Circle. It is absolutely freezing. When you're in shelter or the wind dies down a little bit and the sun's out, you'd think it was fantastic. Now there's a couple of times today I did think it was all going to turn around for me. The wind died, the river looked perfect. I was just waiting to see the odd bug starting to float down. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. What did happen was the sole of my wading boot fell off. So, lying in my bed last night, I'm thinking it's going to be fabulous, and reality's just not measured up to them dreams. But hey, I guess that's why we keep coming. We can still but dream. Well guys, that's a premature end to my day. So I knew there was an issue with my wading boots as I was walking up to the bottom of the beat, and sure enough, about 2 hours into the session, the sole on my left boot started to come loose, and then when I was in the river I stood on it and it came off completely. I persevered, soldiered on as you do for about an hour and a half, and then the boot on my right started to fail as well, and so I've decided to cut my losses. It's not a particularly good day for fishing anyway. I've managed to get a couple of brown trout, and the way I've done that is by fishing duo. There's been absolutely no hatch today, and why is that? Well, in the last week or so, the temperatures have plummeted here in the southeast. I walked the dog in a snow blizzard yesterday, and today I've had to contend with a fairly fierce northeasterly downstream breeze, which has made it extremely difficult to cast upstream. I've been in the trees more than Tarzan in the last few hours, and it's been very frustrating. Somebody asked for an outtake video. I could have got all the footage in today's video, but I'm not going to use that. It's quite embarrassing. So I've still enjoyed being out. It's been a beautiful day. I've loved the fishing here at Manningford. Malcolm and Fen do an amazing job of keeping the banks in good order, especially after the recent storm. They've done an absolutely amazing job of keeping the banks clear and tidying up after the recent winter storms. It's looking fantastic, and I dare say as the weeks roll on and the hatches get going a bit better, the fishing here is going to be superb. If you're interested in coming for a day out, contact Manningford Trout Fisheries and they'll be able to sort you out. Thanks very much for watching the video. I'm sorry it was a bit short, but I'll see you all next time.